So last night I managed to find the cutter shaver. It was in a box on the settee. All I had to do was look in the fucking box, and I found it. So I shaved my head and a bit of my face, so very happy. Kai min, kai ben, kai shoku. I should do that as a prank video. Go outside the toilet and shout kai min, kai ben, kai shoku, or kai min, kai shoku, kai ben, which means sleep well, eat well, shit well. Maybe from this, I'm going to do a 2.5 day fast. So I went to so 3 months ago I went to the hospital. Guess what he told me? Hello, Deco. So I went to the hospital and the doctor gave me 3 months supply, and he says, when you come back, he would have given me a blood test then, but I'd eaten something the night, it wasn't 24 hours. So I went to the doctors, to the hospital, and said, can I book an appointment with the last doctor that I saw, because I want to do a blood test. And oh no, not. How long have I got to stop eating before? She said, well, you can't do a blood test just like that. You can't do it shinkan just like that. I said, well, he was going to do it. I didn't tell her this, but he was going to do it the last time I went. So I'm sure something as simple as a blood test, they can just draw your blood. It's a hospital with nurses and needles. And so I am going to Tuesday, that'll be 24 hours, Wednesday 48 hours, about 60 hours, something like that. And I think I've done it before. So there was like a 60 hours. Then that should leave my body nice and clean. And maybe just in that time I'll just drink water, maybe some tea. So I've been charged the phone up to about 28%, so it won't be long this morning. So don't worry. So, can you imagine? Yes, I'm still in Japan. Nice, because I was pissing a lot at night. So this is an age problem as well. Urinating a lot at night. So, but we're just doing a check to see, because it could be another indication of a kidney problem or a liver problem or diabetes. So, but like I said, now and again I used to have like a few sweet things together. For example, like a cheesecake and a parfait, not big ones, just small ones. So that was just now and again. But like I've cut down on all that, so hopefully it could just be my life that's very stressful. So, but that's why we're doing the blood test. So last time he said my triglycerides were a bit high. So, but since then, I think I've lost about 4 kilos or a stone in English terms. It can be up to 6 times, but generally 2 to 3. But another thing I was getting was like very itchy on my hands, and I think that I don't know if that was a sign of diabetes or kidney. All right, Pen. Yeah, it is. It is a lot, but it's. But like I said, I've cut. I had a because I'm going to do this fast. So I had a big bottle of beer and two small cans last night, and a bit of sake. So that's it. But in the last month, I've really had quite a lot of days with no alcohol. So, but also it could be that could be the fucking problem, isn't it? Because I was like 100. There's a couple of days, and I was like 130 over 80, 130 over 70, and so that's good. And now I think I was last couple of times I was like 147, and even when I waited 5 minutes, it was still high. And I think that is probably the non-alcoholic beer is also a problem. So. Because of the sodium. Yes, I do. I've been taking for maybe like 2 years, 2.5 years. But I have very high blood pressure for years, and I didn't realise. But it's just that when I signed, maybe I spotted a fault in my mortality. No, I don't have problems sleeping. Even though so I think some people do say that once you stop, it's just getting. Just have a wank. That'll sort you out if you can't sleep. Yeah, it's all habits. It's just definitely all habits. For example, one of my habits used to be, at night time or in the daytime. I used to drink chew high in the daytime, because it was thirst quenching. And I don't do that. Very rare I do that now. And then, she's a big girl here, nice strong legs. Do you have a look? Or maybe she's a mama. And I used to go into 7-Eleven, get a sandwich. It used to be an egg and tuna sandwich, and then a can of beer or something like that, or at night a can of beer. Yeah, you got to try and get your weight down, mate. Even though you're 6'3", that's still heavy, isn't it? Yeah, in America, they'll look for any fucking excuse to get you on the drugs, mate, without a doubt. Slightly elevated. Oh, that's fuck you. I saw someone, it was the drummer from Nirvana, what's his name? Grohl, something like that, Grohl. And he was talking about, he went to a guitar teacher, and then he says, drum teacher, and he goes, you're holding the drumsticks the wrong way. So when do you fucking start off your lesson like that? How comfortable they feel. So when people living is charging people for something, they'll make a reason to extend those lessons or extend those drugs. I did a video many years ago. Yeah, that's him. I did a video many years ago, and it was the suicide rate amongst doctors and dentists is very high. And I, with a bit of like cheek, I suppose, tongue in cheek, I said, well, it's because they feel guilt about all the fucking medicine that they put patients on and fucking charge them and ruin their lives and in some cases kill them, you know, and so they're just charging them falsely. And when I was a kid, I had but because you're working class, dentists get paid from the government, so they give you a fucking filling, which was about fucking 4 millimeters square. They just fucking rip you off. You know, they just abuse the system. And I'll give this person treatment that he doesn't need because they're making money. And they're just greedy bastards. Yeah, the other thing, like I've been walking recently, so you just get out there. I used to run, I used to bicycle to Nagoya, but now I've started to walk recently. So a pound of yeah, it's just, it is a pain. 2 burgers. That's another thing, Dash. I fucking stopped going to McDonald's. I've stopped going. I've been the last month, I think I've been once. Because once you're in the door, you know, you're on a treadmill to despair. Yeah, but yeah, I was talking to Rick, Rick, my mate, and I asked him if he'd been to In-N-Out, and he said, yeah, he mentioned it was really good. So if I ever go to America again, I want to go to an In-N-Out burger. The cunt in Iwakura, he was playing the music fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, playing fucking loud music. I haven't come in here to fucking get the wax come out of my fucking ears. Oh, the McDonald's burger. That is the most awful piece of fucking public food ever. There's no taste. When I was in the Marines, we used to have these biscuits, and these dry biscuits were fucking awful. They really were. But once you've been running about with a backpack on and a weapon for like fucking a few hours, it was the best tasting fucking food ever. You just fucking dip it into one little can of fucking food, and fuck man, it tasted great. I will never be hungry enough to eat a McDonald's burger on its cheeseburger. I can eat it, not the burger. Yeah, someone said that. Yeah, I'll have to do that. I saw that they said 1 year. Has anyone ever done a proper documentary on that? You know, where they tested the bit, because it tastes fucking awful. You know, it really does. And the larger burger at night, what's called the quarter pounder, that is just fucking laden with salt. You can't taste anything but fucking salt. I saw the one with the guy. Was it Thurlock something? I saw that one. No, but I don't think they actually covered what's in the meat. Meanwhile, fucking Jason's filling his face with fucking 2 burgers. Was it from McDonald's, Jason? I'm ashamed. But this fucking thing is, people are getting takeaway. People are getting these McDonald's and Uber services. It hardly tastes any fucking good when it's just been made, let alone fucking waiting 20 minutes for it. Burger King's all right. Yeah, I like Burger King. That's when, because if I'm in town, I go to the Burger King, and it's a long way to fucking go. And that video, when you see that guy with the scratching all the skin off his feet, and then I had a Burger King, and that was in the doorway just around from Burger King. I went to the service counter and I says, look, I think you should come and sweep this fucking this little human off the floor. It's because some cunt might be using it for a DNA. That's this fucking someone comes in and scoops it up and makes fucking millions of these horrible little people. Yeah, it seems to be. I think even Americans are realizing that now, aren't they? And this is you've been fucked about so badly. There was a on TikTok. There's a young girl that asks an ex-American CIA agent, and he goes, "What is the next? Is the World War III the next one?" And he said, "No, it's the class war. That is the one that's coming next." What is $7? Minimum wage is $7. $7.50. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It hasn't changed in how many years? I mean, even in England now, it's like fucking $11, $12, $13. They're talking now. They want 150,000 people in the service industry in England, and they're just saying we need to. These actually getting these people to come and want a job. So it's. I'm glad I work by myself. It's really good. You know, my eyes just drifted there, and I was looking at this this bed of curry on a bed of rice underneath an egg and spaghetti. Only 824 yen. Now, but you say there's nothing for me in America, but I would love to go and gloat, you know. So that's what we could have, gloating tours. And if you know, like you remember when we were kids, when I was kids, there were always been like these these saying kids in Africa, kids in China, you know, they don't eat all your food up and everything like that. Now they're right big cunts in China, and the Chinese government, apart from the horrible things they're doing to the Tibetans and the Uyghurs, they are doing very good for the rest of the country with the infrastructure. You know, it's fucking very modern, and as long as you're not black or a Uyghur, you'll be all right. I saw a fucking brilliant video yesterday. 15-year-old Chinese girl. She's a songwriter. She's got this song. It's fucking brilliant. She sings great. She plays the guitar, the fucking violin, speaks English brilliantly. She's a fucking gonna be a massive star, this girl. What's her name now? Is it Rebecca or something? I forget the name now. Just type in 15-year-old Chinese singer. She's like a Taylor Swift, but a lot more fucking talent. She's only, like I say, she's only 15, and she writes great songs. Trim my stash. You trim your stash. Yeah, I did. Yeah, shaved my head, trimmed up. I wanted to go for a little white Hitler, but I couldn't. I don't. This Trevor Noah. Check out his stand-up. Put Trevor Noah Black Hitler. He's fucking really funny. Morrissey, and I think, is a bit of a prick. My, so that Morrissey's a great poet. Morrissey was my wife's favourite singer, favourite band, the Smiths. And so one night we're having sex, and I said to her, "Pretend I'm Morrissey." Fucking hell! I wish I could have photographed her face when I said that. Oh dear. Yeah, like I say, he's a fucking great. He's a great poet. I had a book of his poems actually. I had a book of his poems or his songs written as poems. He's a little bit fucking weird though. So, but like some great, without a doubt, one of England's top songwriters. Of course, all the DJs hated Morrissey. Yeah, Clash are fucking. Yeah, I wouldn't say I was a fan of the Clash, but they had some great fucking records, didn't they? No, but that period, the 1980s, is probably the best decade ever for music. So, and a few of those bands came from my city, because when fucking Margaret Thatcher destroyed this deal, and this is the fucking cunt, what the local council did, they built a studio, and I don't know if it was free or cheap for local bands to practice and produce, and they did. So it was, like I said, quite a few famous bands came from Sheffield. Great, I'll say that again. Don't you love my gravy? That was a Food Lovers song. Yeah, the fucking cunt. This when she died, I was in Australian. Well, it's an American Australian themed restaurant in Nagoya, and this massive black dude, he was fucking massive, and he shouted over the bar. He said, "I'm sorry to hear about Margaret Thatcher." I says, "Come over here and I'll buy you a drink." So I bought him a drink, and then I explained about the great Margaret Thatcher. Fucking cunt. Margaret Thatcher, not the big black guy. Turns out this guy was fucking massive, massively built. Well, but maybe 6'4", something like that. And he used to drive for the mob in Chicago. And he'd also like been in one or two films. And a very rich Japanese woman looked after him. But it's, like she was a cunt, but so many fucking politicians are. They're always like throwing in that bone to the fucking public that people don't work for a living, and they're on the dole and blah blah blah. And but most of the money doesn't go to the people on the dole; it goes to their fucking friends. And a lot of people don't fucking realise it. The fucking public companies and pals of the fucking politicians in England, in Britain, and in America, they just get so much fucking money. And in America, they only have to make a fucking few $1,000s. They could put in like $50,000, $100,000, and they get contracts worth fucking billions. It's fucking unbelievable. I feel like this old guy is struggling, he's walking very slowly with his drinks. I know what he's going to do. He's going to, because they've washed the floor, he's going to slip, and I'm going to fucking miss a video chance. So